I've found the quickest, most stunning knit dress pattern for a long time. So if you want to find out how you can make a beautiful tummy friendly knit dress in about 2 to 3 hours, stick around. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. I've had another fab week as usual in the sewing room, and I've been on a little journey as well and bought a little bit more fabric. There is no hope for me, is there? But before we get into fabrics, let's talk about what I've actually got made this week. So last week I committed to finishing the Thea Shacket, or I was making it as an overshirt in a viscose satin fabric, and I've finished it. So here it is in all its glory. I've made the Thea jacket, and because this fabric has a very definite border pattern on it, I've not done the shaped bottom, I've done it straight. I've made it just past the hips length, and to say I'm chuffed with it is a little bit of an understatement. I've made a size small, and as I've already said, it was the short length one but just straightened out the edge at the bottom. So this was meant to be a shacket pattern, so it has got quite a wide facing on the inside, but because I'm going to wear it as an overshirt, I'm quite happy with that. I also made the saguaro pants as some swishy trousers, so it's a cord set. And I managed to get this set out of 3 meters of this beautiful fabric that I got from Mr. Tissue. I will put this on at the end and give you a little swisheroo, and then you'll be able to see just why I love it so much. So that was a big tick for me, finishing the garment that I had committed to making this week. So then I decided I had a little bit of time to do a little bit more dressmaking type sewing, and I did a toile of the Rowie dress from Style Art Patterns. Now this is one of those that's better on than off, and it looks better on me than it does on Rita, if I'm honest. Hey, get me. So again, I will put it on at the end and then you can see. Now, this one comes just below knee length on me, and I achieved that by, because I'm a short arse, not adding the extra piece on the bottom. When you get the pattern and you get it printed, you have the front and the back, and then there's an extra piece that you add onto it. I didn't add that extra piece on, and this came just below the knee, just to see what the length was like by doing that simple shortening method. I'd probably want it a bit longer, if I'm honest. So when I make the real one, I am going to add the length on the bottom and then just shorten it to the length that I want, if that makes sense, because I quite fancy it quite long, but I'm not sure it's going to look right. So I'm going to do it the length of the pattern, see what it looks like, and check I don't look too mortician-ish and I can actually walk in it without doing this. And if that's okay, I'll leave it that length. If not, I can just whack a few inches off the bottom, can't I? So this is the Rowie dress, Style Art Patterns. There are 3 pattern pieces to it, a front, a back and a sleeve. Your neckline is a high cowl neck on it. There's pleats at the shoulders that create the lines at the front and make it a little bit floaty around the boob area. And then it gathers in at both sides of the waist So the front, when you're cutting it out, is a lot longer than the back, and then you gather the front up at the waist area to create this tummy friendly look. I've done the long sleeve version because we're coming up to the winter. You can make this as a top as well, and I think I will be making a long sleeve winter top or two because it just sews up so quickly. It is beginner friendly, so if you're new to knit or new to sewing, give the Rowie from StyleArc a try. I really think you're gonna love it. So to make this dress, I would strongly recommend using a structured knit. Don't use anything that's got a huge four-way stretch, because where these gathers are, it's going to distort it. So I've made this in a jacquard weave. So jacquard knits, Ponte Romas, medium interlock knit are good as well. And even your French terries and your sweatshirting, a lighter weight sweatshirting would be a really snuggly one, wouldn't it, for the winter? I can see quite a few Rowies in my wardrobe this year. Yeah, absolutely loving this pattern. So that was all the sewing, garment sewing that I did, but it wasn't all the sewing that I did this week. I've made a start on a mammoth project thanks to Steph for her amazing idea. I bought the Tree of Life embroidery wall hanging from Sweet Pea Designs, and there's an image of it. How stunning does that look? And I showed it to Steph and I said I want to make this and hang up in the hall. And she took it one stage further for me and said, oh, what about that long wall in the hall and make 4 of them spring, summer, autumn and winter? Oh, well, it set my mind buzzing, and I've taken the challenge and that's what I'm going to do. Now I've worked out each of these hangings, or each tree has got 32 blocks per tree. So what does that work out? Times that by 4, 120. So 128 blocks in total. But I'm going to do it, chip away at it, because when it's finished it is going to look amazeballs. And I've made a start on it. I had a little trip to Quilters Quarters in Longridge, which is one of my favourite shops to go to for quilting fabrics. They have them all arranged how I like, how my brain works. So all the colours are all together. They've got loads of fat quarters. It's just a beautiful Aladdin's cave of a shop. So I've got the background colours for each season from there, and then I'm using fabrics, some that Steph has donated and some that I've got in my stash for all the leaves. So I've made 8 blocks. So I've made a little bit of a dent. So I've started with the spring block and I've made 4 of the tree trunk blocks in different colours. So the background colour for spring is pale green. That's the wrong way round. So I've made 4 of those. So they're the tree trunk blocks for spring. And then I've made a start on the fun bit, which is the branches. And I've made a start on those as well. So I've also made 4 of those. So they're going to look like that. And I'm so buzzing about this. So I've done the 4 branch blocks, so that's 8 done. So how many have I got to still make for block number 1? 24 blocks to go. So I'm breaking it down by season and just chipping away at it and completely finishing them one at a time. So 8 down, 24 to go for stage 1 of my huge project. So shall we have a talk or fess up about, yes, more fabrics? But I'm okay with it. I am okay. We were meant to be going up to Kendal on Wednesday, Steph and I, to a shop called Cool Crafting. The weather was forecast pretty naff, if I'm honest. So we decided to change our plans because, well, I decided we were changing our plans, I'm being honest here. I wanted to go to Quilter's Quarters, so I went there and got the fabrics that I needed to make a start on my Tree of Life blocks. And it's not that far from Little Legs Fabrics, so it would have been rude not to go there. And as you all know, they are amazing for jerseys, sweatshirtings, all that kind of thing. And you can't have enough cosy warm clothing, can you, when the weather's getting a bit chilly? So let's have a look what I bought at Little Legs. These are in no particular order, but look at that one. Oh, now, oh, got it upside down. Look at that. Oh, now this fabric comes in a French terry and a jersey. I've got the French terry in this, and I want to make a top to go with a pair of sweatpants. Not sure what top I'm going to do yet, but I've got a few that I've never made, and I'm hoping that I'm definitely going to make one that's been in my stash that I've never made. So that is the gorgeous bumblebee fabric. I've looked at this for quite a while now on Little Legs site and thought, no, I'll look at it in person. And oh my goodness, it is super soft, beautiful for the autumn. And I'm going to team it up with this beautiful cinnamon, they're calling it, sweatshirting fabric. So it's going to be those two together. Oh, snuggly and warm. Probably going to be a pair of jog pants, or I might do some that are a bit more parallels and a bit more swooshy. Not decided yet, but simple trousers, lovely and warm, with that gorgeous bee French terry for the top. Oh, this next fabric I went a bit mad with. Don't ask me why. I bought 4 meters of this. Well, I know why I bought it, because I love cord, and this is a jumbo cord in just my colour scheme for the autumn and winter. And they were selling this off in their stock clearance section for £5 a metre. £5 a metre for good quality needle cord, good quality corduroy fabric. So I got 4 meters of it. So I've got all that, and I know I'll use it, perhaps not this winter, but I will definitely use all that fabric. So I'm thinking that I want to make a pair of the Osborne dungarees from So Different Patterns. I made them in denim last year, wore them loads. So I want a cord set. So I'm going to make the Osborne dungarees in this, and I'm going to also make a matching Thea. I'm also going to make a matching Thea shacket to go with it. Looking forward to doing that. So that's going to take a huge chunk out of that 4 meters. So might probably have about a meter left by the time I've made those. Made up with that. Now, they're adding at Little Legs, they add things to their stock clearance section all the time. So if you stick around for to the end of this vlog, I'm going to record how you find on their website the stock clearance section, because it's hidden away a little bit, and I'm going to enlighten you all where to find it, because there's stuff on there that is at amazing prices. Next up is this fur bat. Well, they call it Alpine fleece because it's sweatshirting on one side and fur on the inside. Now that's what I'm wearing. This is the Alpine fleece that I got last winter, and I wear, these are like jog bottoms and the toaster sweater, and I wear them loads. But with this one, I want to make a jacket or a shacket. Not sure what pattern I'm going to use. Because it's quite a busy pattern, I might just do a simple zip up jacket, but I haven't decided which one yet. So if you've got a pattern in mind that I can use this beautiful fabric for, please let me know. And I've teamed it up with some beautiful teal sweatshirting again to make a pair of trousers to go with it. What do we think? Very bright, very happy. I've been buying a lot of muted colours recently, and I just thought I need a pop of colour in my wardrobe this winter. So that's my pop of colour. Loving that. Then to go with the Alpine fleece jacket and the sweatpants, I wanted a top. So I got this rib jersey in cream, and I'm just going to make, I might possibly make, in fact I think I will make the Rowie as a top in that to go underneath, and it's a complete outfit then, all layered up and snuggly and warm. So that is a rib knit cotton jersey that's not too bad on the thickness scale, and a great layering garment. So I will be popping links for all these fabrics if they've still got them in stock and you want to copy me. Last but not least, another colour of the jumbo cord at £5 a metre. Rude not to. I'd already bought the dark brown and I was chatting away when they were cutting out my fabrics, and I said, I can't believe you're selling that for £5 a metre. She said, I'm sure we've got some more cord in the back, I've just not put it on the shelf yet. So I said, oh, please would you go and have a look, because I love corduroy in the winter and I'm looking for some more colours. And she came out with two. One was a red colour, which red isn't my thing, but the other one is the same as the brown, but this gorgeous, it's a bit darker than a cream, an ivory, would we say beige? No, it's not beige, it's in between. Anyway, I got that, £5 a metre. So I got 3 metres of the cream. I'm thinking definitely a shacket and possibly a pinafore dress. So hit me with your pinafore dress ideas. I've seen the sew over it one that's got the shape at the front. I quite fancy trying that one, and I thought made in that with a dark brown or cinnamon coloured top underneath, and then the shacket. Look a Bobby Dazzler in that, won't I? And 3 metres for £15. I love a bargain. So there we go, fessed up, fabric all bought, but with purpose. I've kind of got ideas for most of it. And yeah, looking forward to starting my autumn and winter sewing. But before I do that, I've got 2 more garments. I thought I only had 1, but I've got 2. Oh, and a bag. Oh, and a pair of jeans. So 3 more garments and a bag to make for Barcelona. And when I've done that, then I'm going to get onto the snuggly stuff. So let's run through what I've still got to make for my Barcelona trip. I've got some of the silk leopard print fabric left. Not a lot of that left, and I want to make, I was going to try and get it done last week, but got distracted by the Rowie dress. So this week I'm going to at least get it cut out. So I want to make the archipel top from Italia Scammot in that to go with everything that I've made for Barcelona. And then I was going to make a pair of the Mitchell trousers, but I've decided I've already got one pair. And when I'd made the Atlas pants the other week in the blue, absolutely loved those, but I'm trying to stick with a colour scheme for my visit to Barcelona, and then I can do it like a mini capsule and everything will mix and match. So I ordered, naughty naughty, some more of the Lyocel Twill from LAMAZI because it is absolutely gorgeous and really works well with those trousers. So I'm going to make another pair of the Atlas trousers in this olive green sandwashed Lyocel Twill fabric. So that is archipel top, Atlas trousers, and then when I was buying the sandwashed Lyocel Twill from LAMAZI, I had a quick look to see if they had any stretch denim in green, and winner, look at that. Because I have got jeans that I could take with me, but the blue, and I wanted everything to be green and all matchy. So I've got that forest green stretch denim, and I'm going to make a pair of the Hussard pants and probably do a little bit of cheeky embroidery on the back pockets as well, because I love a bit of embroidery. I like my embroidery machine being used for my garment sewing as well as making other nice things with it, quilts and wall hangers and things. So they're going to be a pair of Hussards. Need to think of a suitable design for on the pockets. Maybe a big oak leaf would look good. Ooh, in a beautiful cinnamon embroidery colour. Anyway, I digress. Watch this space and see what my bum pockets look like on my Hussards for Barcelona. So that is all my sewing chit chat. Well, nearly. But before I go, I want to talk to you about social sewing. We all love to do social things to do with sewing. We go to the shows and some of us go to sewing socials. If you're in the mind for joining a sewing social and you're in the northwest of the UK, I have 3 spaces only left for my Northwest Sewing Social that is on the 11th of October at Walmsley Unitarian Chapel in Bolton. And if you want details, just send me an email to northwestsewcial@gmail.com and I will pop the details in the description below. So 3 spaces left. Come and join me and Steph and have an amazing day of sewing on the 11th of October. And as an amazing first social, I'm sorting some goodie bags out for everybody, and Little Legs Fabrics are giving everybody who attends on the day a 20% discount voucher to be used only once by that person. So thank you so much to Little Legs for donating that to my introductory social on the 11th of October. The other thing that's happening before that in September is to do with Little Legs Fabrics as well. They're doing a fabric swap on the 27th of September. Now, the basic idea is you need to bring all your fabrics with you that you want to swap. They need to have the length on them, how many meters there are. The minimum is 0.5 of a meter. If you know what the fabric content is as well, that's a Brucey bonus. And if they've been pre-washed or not, label them all up, bring them with you, and for every metre of fabric that you put on the swap table, you get a token for a metre. So you get all your tokens, and then you can go and have a look at all the other fabrics and use your tokens to buy the fabrics with. So it's a fabric swap. I will be going because I need to have a good sort out. And who doesn't like rummaging through other people's fabrics? The last thing I want to tell you about is Lancaster Stitches Sewing Weekenders. I did a vlog last Thursday all about sewing retreats, so if you're interested in attending a retreat, there's a lot of information on there, so I'll pop the link to that vlog below. And one of the retreats on there was the announcement of the Lancaster Stitches Sewing Weekenders. The one I went to the other weekend was for embroidery machine sewers. They're doing one next June on the 17th to the 19th of June, and it's for garment sewing, quilters, bag makers, and there's only 3 places left on that one as well. So you need to join Lancaster Stitches Sewing Weekenders. I'll put the details below, their Facebook group, and then from there you can get yourself booked on next June. Steph and I are already booked on it, so I hope to see you there. Right, that was a lot of information, wasn't it? I'm going to go and get changed now and show you what my Rowie dress looks like, and what my Thea and my Saguaro set looks like as well. I will also do a quick recording of how you find the stock clearance section on Little Legs Fabrics, and I will see you on Thursday when we're going to be talking all things cozy layering garments. So I will see you then. Have an amazing sewing week. Love you all loads, and welcome to everybody who has joined recently. I've had well, not a little flurry, quite a big flurry for me of new subscribers recently. Welcome to the Crazy Sewing Gang. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments below. We all help each other out here, and I hope you're enjoying my vlogs. So take care everyone. See you all on Thursday. Happy sewing. Bye. So I'm here on the Little Legs site now, and you'd automatically go to fabric type, and I would anyway, and look for the remnants and the stock clearance option, but it's not there. If you go across the top, you see one that says sale and offers. Click on there, and then right at the bottom of there it says stockroom clearance, and that's where my cord fabrics were. So we'll just have a quick look what they've got in their stockroom clearance. They've got some very nice striped chenille knit fabric. This is per half metre, so that's £5 a metre for that. They've got Teddy Sherpa fleece thick pile for £10 a metre. Woolly mammoth fur, look at this. Oh, I like that one. That one's £5 a metre. They've got some grey striped suiting at £2.50 a metre, some checks and some lace. Some really nice floral print stretch velvets at £4 a metre. Some grey boucle, £10 a metre. Grey coating, £5 a metre. Now, this is really nice fabric. We'll look at this properly, because this I nearly bought, and it's a leopard plum viscose blend fabric. Oh, and it is absolutely stunning. But I have enough jackets in my stash. So this one, they're selling this at £5 a metre, and it's 72% viscose. I can't see that lasting very long. Can you? Now, this is the red corduroy. It looks pink on here, but it's a proper cherry red, and that's £5 a metre. They've got some, look at that, poppies galore, £5 a metre. And then grey 4-wale washed cord, £2.50 a metre. Now, she didn't have the grey in when I was there, otherwise I would have bought that as well. So, some amazing bargains to be had in the stockroom clearance section. So, as I said, go to sales and offers over on the right hand side and then scroll down to stock room clearance for some beautiful bargains.